Welcome to the Shikama Live Show with your host, Shikama. Fun story today. So, a California man has been arrested, or was arrested, and here's why. He invited several women, 10 or 12 women, to dinner at expensive restaurant, ran up the bills to over $100, even $200 in some cases. And then left her paying the bill. Now, why was he arrested? Uh, they're saying that it was fraud and that it was, they made up a bunch of stories. Well, the case kind of hit the case kind of hit rocky water or rough waters when several of the witnesses failed to come come forward. Somebody's hiding. What's up, Poopies? Come here, come here, come here. Some of the a lot of the witnesses failed to come forward. What's wrong? Oh, you just want to be petted. Okay. So uh one of the girls said he didn't even look like his picture. I wasn't even attracted to him. But he said, uh, eat, order whatever you want. And he ordered whatever he wanted, and then he left. So, the psychology of, so you're in a very bad place on this case. They said there was a preliminary hearing. They were even seeing if a judge would even grant a hearing at all to even consider this. Why? Because the opposite has been true for decades. It's only been decades, actually. Before, you didn't go out on dates at all. And if you go any further back in history, restaurants didn't even exist. Yeah, there were innkeepers, and of course, then they call the restaurants innkeepers, defrauding an innkeeper so that the woman has to pay, and they call that defrauding the innkeeper because if she had left, then she would be an accomplice. Uh, well, uh, if they actually then took a look, they would probably see that some women did probably duck out of the restaurants themselves too. Why? Because it's the tradition that only men pay, although women make as much money. And under 35. And they included his age, 45. So they're trying to build a case against a guy in the court of public opinion when anybody who takes a look at the case will say, well, this is what women do. So how is it bad for a man but it's okay for a woman? And in other news, a woman wrote a book of how to use these dating apps, and she then revealed that she saved over $20,000 by going on the dating app and going out on first dates with guys, and the guys paying for all of her meals. And that's to the tune of tens of thousands of dollars. So, if you're going to say that it's bad for a man to have a woman pay for the meal, then it's bad for a woman to have a man pay for the meal. You can't throw a man in jail for doing something that women do all the time. And please don't come with, well, it's tradition. No. If you're going to arrest a man and charge him with fraud and those, then you need to start arresting every single woman. This, they thought that they had a rock solid case, but this then speaks to, and maybe this was his agenda all along. This then speaks to, well, we need to take a look at dating, and we need to end dating. Dating is not a thing that has been around in human history for any length of time. In fact, it's only several decades old. Decades. It's not hundreds of years old. There was no such thing as dating beforehand. Dating before was when a man went out and paid money for a woman, if you know what I mean. The oldest profession in the book. That's what dating was. Like I said, restaurants didn't really exist. There were inns, and the inn had a restaurant in it, and you could do all of that in there. But that was something completely different. In human history, you didn't go out and have somebody else cook for you who wasn't related to you. No such thing existed. If you were traveling, you went to an inn, and the inn was then tasked with trying to provide you with as much amenities, and food was part of the amenities. If you need to go down the history, we were talking, so if you are thinking about way back in the hundreds of years ago, you would be traveling, and this inn, there were more than one inn in a town, even in small towns, and they would try and provide amenities. And one of the amenities is, well, we serve food at our inn. And there you go. But for the most part, humans did not eat food that was not prepared by somebody that they were not related to. What do you think of this man? And what do you think if the judge actually agrees to this? Can men then start bringing women into court for making them pay for their meals? Because this is what it's coming down to. This is a terrible case all around. Because if you're a woman and you disagree with a man, then you're saying that, okay, then you shouldn't pay for women. But then if you agree with a man, then you're saying that women should be prosecuted for taking men's money by going to dinner and having him pay for it when you make as much or even more than a man. Why? Any woman under 35 makes more money than her counterpart, her millennial counterpart. True story. Go look it up. Thank you all for watching. Please subscribe. I'm trying to raise money to build a computer, $5,000, and please don't. This is something that I have researched, and I've asked experts of what do I need for a YouTube computer for a full-on Hollywood movie editing, sound editing, game playing, multiple hard drives, $5,000. If you want to donate, you can donate at paypal.me/Shikama. I was thinking that I really need. Also, I forgot left out the part where I was going to code with it and try and start a studio. I always have multiple plans of how to use something to make money. Thank you all for watching. paypal.me/Shikama.